Oh, I feel great. The club was amazing handling it. The physios, Mario and John, are incredible. And then Marcos, performance coach, he's amazing. And coach was great, letting them do their jobs and giving them and me space and time to really rehab it properly. And so it's not a problem at all anymore. It's been, at the beginning it was difficult starting because without the preseason is you have no base or foundation for conditioning, or you have no rhythm. Everybody's been playing together for 6-8 weeks. So at the beginning it was difficult, but once I started to feel my legs better, it was okay. And so now I feel good. It's a lot better practicing and playing with the guys than riding the bike or the elliptical on the sideline. And being injured, everybody you ask will always say being injured is way worse than playing, because you come extra early, you stay extra late, and you don't get to really do any basketball. So it's a lot of work. I don't know if I can explain why this is the first time I've signed back with the same team, but I couldn't be happier that this is the first opportunity I had to do that, and the first time I actually signed back with the same team, because this is an amazing team, an amazing organization, coaching staff, city, the fans, everything you could want is here, and it's amazing. So I'm super happy with it, and my family is too. Yeah, it could, that could definitely be something, because you've got family kind of everywhere, so you get kind of used to being without. And I think all basketball players are kind of used to that, where you go to college, or at least from the States, you go to college, you're away from home, you miss. The basketball season's a tough season. It's long, it goes through all of the holidays except for the summer, so you miss Christmas, Easter, New Year's, Thanksgiving, Halloween. You miss everything with your family and your home. So I think transitioning from that to being overseas, you're still missing the same thing, so it's just kind of more of the same with that. So yeah, I think that could definitely get you used to it. How to answer this question? I don't know. I think each situation had its own challenges. So like going from California and the United States to a very small town in Finland, Nokia was a really small city, like 2.5 hours north of Helsinki. Great city, amazing people, great fans, but that's a big transition, especially because the sun, during the winter time, the sun is not there. So we're not for very long. And then in Poland, another really nice city, but then the club wasn't paying on time. So there's you deal with a whole other set of circumstances there. And then, I don't really know how to answer this. I don't want to say anything bad about situations, but there's difficult times. All the players, everybody has dealt with a team or a situation where you're leaving very unhappy, and so I don't really want to blast anybody right my time in Manresa was really nice. We were going from 2 years in the Russian league and 4 years in some really cold weather, and to coming to Spain and near Barcelona, and the weather's nice, and the ACB's a completely different league from the places I had been before. It's a really high level situation. Every team can compete with every other team, and it was a really great experience, really fun. Had a lot of great teammates, but then, like you said, the COVID happened and it locked everything down, and it was just a crazy time for everybody. You just had no idea what was going on and what was going to happen, and then it's over. So we felt like we had some momentum, but honestly, my memory of that might not be as great as it should be, but that was just a really crazy time. Now, before I came to Unicaja, I never could have imagined I would be in a situation like this, where it's just a place you want to stay and you want to be, and you want to represent an organization like this. And coming from Turkey when I was in Gala, it was a tough start, and then it was a better finish, but at the same time it was a rough season, at least mentally for me. And so coming home, it was kind of like, oh man, this season was a grind, and I was, kicking around different ideas, and then Unicaja called, and we were kind of toying with this and that, and then we come here, and it's, you just immediately fall in love with the whole situation, everything, every aspect of it, you fall in love with it. And I could never have imagined it would end up like that, because like you said, my family, we've been going country to country to country to country to country. And so finally being able to, sit down and say, okay, this is my place, is amazing. The Copa it's the best basketball experience I've had for sure. There's no topping that, and you see the excitement in the city and the fans on top of just the emotions with the team and the staff. It's, there's no matching it, at least in my experience. Especially the way we did it, with the way Dario played in the first game with everything that was going on, and to beat Barcelona, then to go in the second game and beat Madrid, and I don't know that had happened before. And then we get to play Tenerife, which we ended up playing them like 6 times in the season. But, it's just, the Copa was an amazing experience. The chemistry we've got I feel like it's unique, because everybody's willing to take their ego and set it to the side and say, what I'm doing is for the betterment of the team, how that impacts my performance. Like, everybody wants to perform to win. It's not about yourself or any individual aspect of it, as long as your individual performance helps the team. And that's really unique. There's nobody who's focused on themselves only. You want to play well yourself, but you definitely, I don't know. I think coach has cultivated that to a degree, but him and Juanma, they built a roster of guys who are capable and willing to set their egos aside and play for the team, and it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. The locker room has really good energy, I'll say. And then Tyler and I we grew up like 45 minutes away from each other, and so we knew of each other. We didn't know each other when we were growing up, and then 8 years after college, 12 years later, after our senior years of high school, we end up playing together, meeting each other for the first time really in Spain. Is kind of hilarious and crazy. So the Hasbulla thing, I can't remember it exactly, but I remember we were on the bus going to some road trip, and Alberto said something to me about Hasbulla, and so then we talked for a second, and then nothing really happened, and we did this Secret Santa Christmas thing, where you draw names out of a hat, and each guy has to buy a gift for somebody else on the team. And so I had ended up with Alberto, and so I got him the little life-size Hasbulla cutout, and then he put it in the locker room, and so it's in our locker room as kind of like, not like a mascot, but he's sits in our locker room kind of watching the team, and then he gets dressed up. He's got like a Unicaja shirt, a scarf. I think he had sunglasses at one point, and it's just kind of been like a little goofy little thing that just kind of, just a little thing we do. Oh man, I didn't even make that connection until I think I was like a junior in college, and somebody asked me what my Instagram was, and I told them, like, oh haha, like that's funny, are you a DJ? I was like, I had no idea I was like, what are you talking about? Like, DJ Kravish, like, are you a DJ? Like, no, my middle name is Jeffrey, so it was just David Jeffrey Kravish is DJ Kravish. So no, the best DJs are like Melvin, Kendrick, and Tyson. They've got all the music and all that locked down. I mean, Dylan's really good too, but I'm below. They're a tier above, and then I'm down below that. Yeah. We're really excited. We found out my wife was pregnant this summer, and so she's gonna deliver in Malaga, and she's like, we're a little over halfway through the pregnancy, and we're super excited. So we'll have one German baby and one Spanish. That's tough. There's so many good spots and places we like to go. I mean, the beach is right down the street, and so and my son loves the beach, so the beach is up there for sure. There's an Indian restaurant in Ben El Madina named Nirvana that we really like to go to. The food is incredible there. And like I order something different on the menu every time I go, and every time I go, it's always good. So if a little shout out for them there. It would be mi comida favorito is, no sé. I don't know. I don't have tacos. But no, the Spanish stuff, I studied in high school for 4 years, and then I did a year in college as well. But you know, that stuff, if you don't work on it, and I didn't until my time in Manresa, it slides a lot on you. And my wife was like I understand more than I can speak, and I think some of that is a confidence thing. But when I re-signed, my wife was like, you need to speak in Spanish a little bit so that they know you actually care about their language. And so when we're walking around, we go to restaurants and stores and stuff, I'll speak in Spanish until inevitably my Spanish was so bad, they start speaking to me in English. And then I'm like, I'll get better. And so that's, I can speak Spanish, but I'm super shy about it, I guess. Generally, it's been amazing. I mean, they keep showing up to the games, and that's a huge thing. I know before last season, Unicaja was struggling a little bit, and I think last year we were the top attendance in the league. So, you know, anytime that happens, it's a great thing. And then it's just you want to keep those expectations high, because if the fans are demanding and they want you to do well and they're not happy with how you're doing, then that means you did well in the past and you need to do better now. So even if things are a little unsettled, it's a good sign, because it means in the past you did something to make them expect more of you. Oh man, I wanted oh, my wife's gonna kill me when I don't do this. Oh man, it's so much easier when the crowd's already singing it and I can just go through the warm-up and sing it. Why? Siempre te llevo conmigo. No, I can't. I'm almost singing. I can't keep going. I know the words. I know the words of the chorus. Trust me, fans. I know the words to the chorus, and I need to learn the very beginning, and then. But I'm too embarrassed to actually sing it. Just watch during the warm-ups, and I'll be singing it with you guys.
Okay.